I am free! I'm probably gonna get kidnapped. I opened the front gate and went into the fields. Carefully so Mom wouldn't see me from the window. Hey look, crows! Oh, those are cool looking crows. Can I shoot them? When I crossed half of the distance towards the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. I'm just gonna click them. Bang! No. I remember my nightly fears. I saw those silhouettes around me. Around here, yeah. They were jumping around, holding hands. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head all on its own. In the light of day, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. The sun turned my nightmares to ash, but the afterstate was still there. Distant ringing in my ears, distorted shadows crawling on the snow alongside me. And a barely audible whisper in my head, blurry and almost kind. Okay, something's gonna happen. Everything was silent. So silent I felt like the world was totally empty. No ground, no sky, no parents. The time reached its limits. One-way trip that ended at the forest piney stockade. Sometimes silence was much scarier than any screams. Our parents would scream at each other while arguing, and both me and Olia turned to stone, listening to them. But then always came the ringing of silence. Our apartment became numb a couple of days later when we departed. It was hard to believe the last time Mom and Dad joked around, laughing, or spent time together, almost like all of it was in a previous life. When they kissed with Olia present, she always frowned and snorted in a funny way. But one day, it all changed. Something important had left our home, and something scary filled the remaining void. It was as if a fire broke up, and our parents were hurriedly packing our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who, though? From the people with dead cold eyes, who sometimes visited us in our previous home? The eyes that only saw balls of worms on the black ground and everything. And somewhere far away, a siren was going off, trying to warn us of the coming menace. No! Really, you put the kid in my face? I shuddered, chasing away my delusions, and looked around. There were only me, this white field, and the wind that was whipping up icy dust and belts of powdered snow. Gosh dang it, that jump scare's really put me off now. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes to the sunless forest. It looked especially dark in contrast with the blinding whiteness. Knobby tree roots slithered under the snow like fat snakes. Rotten leaves and disconfirous needles froze into the ice. Oh, that's a glove. Dry prickly branches intertwined, bringing up uncomfortable thoughts about fences. Were they protecting the forest, or were they keeping something from breaking out? Some objects was hanging from one of the pointy branches. Oh, I tried to get close, drowning in snow, and when I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. It looked like a wounded bird among the hungering semi-duck. Should I take it to the police? I think you should. Their senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of Captain Casanova Bebe from my favorite TV show called The Streets of Broken Lights. He was always anxious, with a tired look in his eyes, but still brave and strong. Will this mitten help them find the lost boy? Vova! I heard a distant shout. Looked like it came from the river. What? Okay, I hit it myself that time. Vova. As if the trees were calling out to someone. Vova, which sounded closer to me. Someone was standing there behind the trees. Oh, hiding. What, here? In that tree? That tree? In the distance? Where? I'm not gonna do it. The game is already doing it. Oh, where? I don't see anyone. I knew someone was looking for the lost boy, but still, something was unsettling about that figure. Its stillness, how it was bent unnaturally toward the ground, its blackness. There's no one there, just branches and roots. That looks like a hand reaching out. Oh, that's a person, isn't it? Look, that's the sleeve, there's the hand. It's all just my imagination. A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was someone. A shadow split from the tree and disappeared from my sight. I looked away for just a moment, but when I turned my gaze back to the same place, it was gone. So it was my imagination after all. I don't know. Maybe you should have. I don't know. Silence reigned for a painful long time. Don't look around, that's the worst. No. My muscles were tightly sprung, my heart was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, any small whisper from the thicket, and I'd sprint. But nothing of the sort happened. I looked at the mitten once more. Run away? Oh, screw it! I decided to take the lonely mitten up from the branch. Maybe I must find that boy. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's a bad. Maybe it's a bad idea. Maybe no. I shout and rumble across the field and dissolve into the distance. No echo, no hope for a reply. Yeah, but did I make the bad choice? Oh, it didn't budge. Oh, I pulled harder. The branch cracked and the mitten tore off, landing in my hand with a swishy sound. It was swishy. It all too heavy, wet. I squeezed it without thinking. Something God spilled from me. Forming a tiny string between the mitten and the snow. Steve rose from the snow pile. Frozen place studying my palms in disgust. Red. The sound of cracking branches invaded the silence. Get out of there! I didn't have to think twice before running away. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking pine branches and closing the distance with giant leaps. Snow was slowing me down, crazy thoughts flew through my mind. I'll get caught. They'll get me. I'll get dragged into the thicket. I'll be gone forever. There was one more voice, probably one of the reason to give me strength to steer on. You could do it! Dude, stop! No! I heard an animal roar behind me. It was so loud my ears were numb. It felt like the sound had come from a pack of hungry beasts rather than a single one. Their nostrils sucked in freezing air. They sensed my fear. Two giant wings flapped above my head. An enormous shadow flew over the clearing, a hoot, a weed. The roars were coming from all directions now. From the dried up raspberry bush and the twisted pine, under the window. Hurry, run! Don't look back! It felt like I was inside a nightmare. The snowy clearing became vicious, like a quicksand. I was stuck in place. I pulled my legs from the tree trap, just to be caught in a new, even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was snow ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing this wasn't snow. Someone or something in the snow pile was clutching my pants. No, my pants! I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. I didn't even call them pants, trousers. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boots slipped out of the hole, and my soles were on a hard surface again. I reached a clear path. With one jump from there, ran to my house. Get inside! It's gloomy, okay, didn't look very that house was my line of defense from the shadow that was up their wings and the creature that was hidden under the snow. I stood those who looked at and mashed into the door. And in all my horror, I submergedly noticed the claw marks. As if a dog was striking the wood with its paws, demanding to be let in so it couldn't escape the cold. I had no Majesty's mark when I was leaving. The heartbeat in my ears was much louder than my surroundings. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in our front yard and Mom had locked the door? Drowning in fear, I pulled on the doorknob and it obediently gave way. Yikes! So, I guess this must be a split story. So, it depends on what you choose you do, it will happen. So I chose to get the glove, so that was fine. But if I ran away, I would have gotten the glove. So, this is a multiple ending game. So this is going to take a while. I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Porch planks creaked as my pursuers ascended the stairs. Wait, is there a way to save? Oh, there was a way to save. I should have saved the way... I should have decided to save then. Gosh dang it. Oh, if I knew I could have saved, then yeah. I would have saved and then, like, see what would happen if I got the glove and, run away instead of getting the glove. My fingers slipped off the lock and I couldn't click it into place. I gritted my teeth and pulled hard on the iron knob, wiping it between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitiful, flimsy barrier that was probably less useful than blankets. Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. It smelled of pine and sweat. Mom peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same frigid voice she always used when talking to Dad. What exactly didn't you understand when I told you to never slam the door? Oh, I didn't mean to. I snuck a glance through the door. The smell was gone and the breath was too. If there was someone in the first place, of course. Here, mere 5 meters away from Mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting little snow in spring, and with it the last bit of strength I had left in my body too. My legs gave way. I propped myself up against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression had changed immediately. The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my wet pants plastered with snow. This is not pee, Mom, this is snow. Where have you been? What did I tell you, huh? I told you to stay home. Am I nothing to you? Ah. I got afraid she would cry. I reached to her like she was... I reached out to her like when I was very little and wanted her to cuddle me. But Mom regained her composure fast and put on her usual face. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out. Your dad can't find his cigarettes. Be honest, did you snatch them? Were you smoking in secret? Yes. There was someone chasing me. I thought... I stuttered as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled in my eyes. Mom leaned towards me and sniffed my clothes like a beast, searching for the smell of tobacco. And she squinted her eyes in suspicion and looked into the front yard. Her aggression changed an instant as she covered her mouth with her hand. Look over there, at the fence! My heart started thumping, as if I became prey once again and my pursuers were following me in the field. I could swear that I've heard something scratch at the door, just like in my nightmare. Mom beckoned me with her finger and I gathered all my remaining bravery to look into the kitchen window facing my fear. I could barely discern from Harry's silhouette up, swimming in snow through the icy winter patterns on the glass. It was just dogs, come on! Dogs! Just a small pack of strays with no name and odor, barely reminding of the hungry monsters that live on the edge of the forest. What's a smell? Oh boy, were you scared of them? I think they'd rather be scared of you, Anton. They were chasing me like a bunny. And what if they're a rabbit? The smile had slowly disappeared from Mom's face. Now she looked at the dogs as if it was her first time seeing them. What if they attacked Olia? Mom? I wish your dad could just shoot them all. No. Mom, look, they're alive. Huh? What? Are they your friends or foe after all? Make up your mind. You're not a little kid anymore. Hey, what? I'm confused what I just read. Mom sighed in annoyance, and I felt so bitter that I bit my lower lip and fixed my gaze on the cobweb-ridden corner. Well, some detective I am. In reality, I wasn't, risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. And what for? What use do I have for this? Mitten. Of course! A dark and sticky mitten that belonged to the lost boy had made a squishy sound in my hand. Ear. It seemed like I was clutching it in the whole time. That's my trump card as a detective. Hey Mom, look at this. Ah! Get it out of the house! Throw it away! I hurried to present this clue to my mom. Mom, look, this is Vova's mitten, at least I think. I didn't murder that boy the police were asking about in the morning. It's drenched in blood. I found it hanging on a tree. I could show you where. Drenched in blood? Dude, it is literally blood itself. Let's call the police right away, like the officer had told us to. Mom, look! Ew! A shadow of doubt slowly crept onto Mom's distorted face, as if she was trying to remember something distant, like someone. Can you stop dripping? You don't have that much in you. Tries to remember their dream, but the image is slipping away. Stop at this moment! Olya will go insane if she hears you. She always has trouble sleeping and whines all the time. And you joke around like this? And at the moment I realized the mitten was actually wet from snow. It was just an illusion? Ah, this boy is seeing things that they're not seeing. He saw the fox, but then it disappeared. He saw the shadows, but then they disappeared, but then killed him. He saw the blood in the gloves, but now it disappeared. Ooh. There was no blood whatsoever. I wanted to sink through the floor from embarrassment. Get pranked, Mom! Come here, my boy, who cried wolf. I thought she pulled out a gun. I thought I heard a "Come here, boy," who cried wolf. Oh, don't just stand there. Come take your pills. Come here, boy, who cried wolf. A golden-colored pill, reminiscent of dead wasp, fell into my palm. I already took one during breakfast. Don't talk over me. But you were done talking. Hey, no. I told you to stay home, and you disobeyed. Dad would have given you a good whipping for that. Come on, take it, or you won't be able to sleep at night, and you have school tomorrow. So I had to swallow the bitter medication, drinking it down with a similarity awful water that gave off a taste of chlorine. You got this from the swimming pool? Drink! Maybe it wasn't Vova's mitten. Maybe it wasn't a mitten at all. No, that's a mitten. Just like the forest monster. And Yowla's owl. Am I going mad? Yes, you are, Sam. We're gonna have to put you down. Okay, I'm going mad. What's happening to me? Either the pill had an immediate effect, or my over-exaggerated brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Serenity washed over me, bringing yawny indifference along with it. Mom, are you hiding something from me? Anton, you done? See, you can do it when you try. Take off your coat. Are you asleep? No, Mom, I was just thinking. What was in that pill? Oh gosh, I gave you the drugs! This is the pill! What about, I wonder? It's just something silly, huh? Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes, as if she wanted to sure she was looking at her own son and not some doppelganger that came from the forest. Is everything alright? You had the exact same expression when the policeman asked you about the window. I'm alright, Mom. Leave me alone. She heaved a deep sigh. Fine. Yeah, I'm still drunk. It seemed like the house had changed. The sofa's fabric had become discolored. Fingerprints appeared on the bathroom tiles. My boy, you have a gift. Pray to the cross. Amen. I'm being serious about that. The light bulbs also felt different, dimmer, and yellower. Even the saliva inside my mouth had a different taste. A melody from Aladdin could be heard from the upper floor. Olia was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episodes and switched to the other tapes. Aladdin is a Little Mermaid. Do your Disney researching. I slowly changed into my home clothes, stopped before the sink and studied my reflection in the mirror, like I was trying to solve one of those spot the difference puzzles. Then I went upstairs. Okay, your bedroom's a lot better now. Just press that down. Oh, you got a dinosaur and you got a robot. Oh my gosh, and nice books. Java's and Lago's voice died down. Is that a person? Maybe not. I walked past Olivia's bedroom and slipped into my own. As a rule. Hey, yeah, there! Let's open this first. One of the drawers was empty. I hid the mitten there. Oh! Achievement unlocked! Run for your life! Run! That's the achievement I got. Okay. The simple action drained the last bit of strength from me. As I sat on the bed. Oh no, not again! And the only thing I noticed, there was someone behind the curtains. My tired hand dropped to the sheets. Whether it was due to medication I took on the stress I underwent, the room began to contort, as if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. The room's corners bent and undulated. The only stable thing in the whole room was the figure between the windowsill and the curtains. A flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor. Stop looking closer. Just like a seventh sword. Oh yeah? Who else would be standing there? I stood up and licked my dried lips up. That tastes like bacon. Yeah, oh yeah, it's so funny. I'm right behind you! Then who's... Boo! The silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the curtains. As if there was a thick layer of darkness there, not a human being. I reached towards the curtains. Pudum pudum beat my heart, controlled by meditation. The wind sang in the field with a chorus of voices. For a second I wanted to return to the bed, just lie down and watch the person behind the curtain, knowing full well they were looking back at me. They were looking without blinking, waiting for me to fall asleep. Plastic rings rustled against the folder when I pulled open the curtains. Hacha! Ow! Why'd you slap me? You scared the crap out of me, you... Ah! Ah! I knew it was you from the beginning. Oh, fiddlesticks! A blindingly bright hollow lit above Olia's head with the setting sun as the my sister was shining. When she was just a baby, Dad always used to say she was shining with happiness. I always retorted, but Dad, she's not some flashlights. But I brought her to the window one day and sunlight poured on her smiling face. I felt like I was holding a child woven from light. I saw everything! Oh, really? What did you hide? She was just like my mom when she was little, before she put on her sad mask of tiredness and switched to a commanding tone of voice. It's nothing, just... Olia ran up to the table, her eyes round, and asked, "You stole something and hid it there? Are you a thief? What? Don't be stupid. I didn't steal anything." A clear image came to mind, that mitten hanging from the tree branch. Nope, stop it. What if I did steal it after all? What if, someone just decided to hung their mitten on our branch? I'll hang it here, surely no one will steal it. Tumty, tumty, tumty. Oh my gosh, it's been stolen! From the forest, from the titled figure standing behind the black trees. Yeah, he was like, "Oh, he's got my gloves! Dogs, get him!" Olia could be selfish and stubborn when she wanted. "Then show me!" "Swear that you won't tell anyone, then I'll show you." Olia wore a plotting smile. "I swallowed Mom's heart! I told Dad! Mom's heart is gone!" An oath she heard in one of the movies about the ponies we've watched. "Don't say things like that!" Olia nodded and made a gesture with her hand, locking her mouth with an imaginary key. She was filled with a curiosity, and that was splashing in her giant eyes. I opened the drawer and Olia leaned in, holding her breath. No blood. It looked like there was not just a simple mitten, but some sort of exotic critter. "Yes, a spider! Get rid of it!" "Is this someone's mitten?" She said that as if she couldn't understand what she saw. A certain boy lost it, and got lost himself. What color is that? Is that red or yellow? I keep thinking that's pink for some reason. Now you do understand how dangerous it is for kids to wander into the forest, right? "He must be really cold out there. I'll go outside and give him a blanket." "No, you stay inside." "Will they find him?" "They will." They never found him. "The police are going house to house, showing his photo to everybody." Olia traversed the room with care and pressed her tiny palms against the window. Oh, what? Oh, never mind, it's orchids. I thought there was like an animal there. "And why are they going to houses and not the forest? Are they scared?" They know something. The question caught me off guard. The police aren't scared of anything. "Yeah, right," flashed in my clouded mind. Oh, did they really check every nook and cranny where darkness cold and whispers of icy branches dwell? If that's the case, why did they miss the mitten? That guy was looking at you suspiciously and wanted to invite you to his car. Or did it appear later for me? I changed the topic, as if trying to get Olia as far away as possible from the forest thicket. "We may get a reward if I go and find this boys myself. A lot of stuff, like in Fields of Wonders. Sounds cool, right?" Olia wasn't listening to me. She was piercing the forest with incredibly adult eyes, and characteristic for her. "What if the owl got him?" "Nonsense! An owl won't be able to lift a human!" Right? But you know what? I was picking my words with utmost care. I forced them out over my exaggerated brain. "Stay away from the forest. I think it's... How should I put it? It's cursed or something." Ah! Oh, oops. Just like in a fairy tale? No, not like that. More like in that spooky tape Mom and Dad are hiding from us. Olia shivered and stole a glance at the window. "Well, you made it worse." "I saw you running away. Someone was chasing you." "No, it's just I was hurrying back home so Mom wouldn't be worried." As I looked at my sister, my heart was tearing apart. She was so fragile, it was so easy to stifle her light. As a gust of wind, and her small fire would be gone. "You're lucky. Mom won't even let me go outside. I'm like a princess in the tower, can't go anywhere. which is why I'm growing it long so I can be Rapunzel. I'll die from boredom here. You're wrong. I'll kill you first. Oh. No one has ever died of boredom. And you have me and your cartoons, and Mom and Dad will be good to each other soon. You know what I would wish for on my next birthday? I wish for Mom and Dad to turn to children so we could go and play together like we used to. Yeah, and if you'd make them as small as bugs, we could place them into little boxes. Oh. Olia giggled and tugged at my sleeve. Tony, let's go watch Aladdin. Fatigue won over my desire to be with my little sister. I washed over by some sort of heinous path. I'm too tired. I don't want to. Come on! It's so boring alone, and Mom's always busy. You can pack a cartoon you haven't even seen before. I know all of our tapes by heart at this point. Not all of them. You haven't watched Peter Pan. Remember how you fell asleep in the middle of it? Not so much happens after that. Let's go, let's go! Maybe a bit later. Should I tell you how it ends? Let's leave that for tomorrow. I won't tell you tomorrow. I know. Let's play hide and seek. No, Olia. Then draw me a dino. Olia, please. Try it. Will you leave me alone already? I blurted it out without thinking, and then I was immediately taken back. I had never screamed at my little sister like that. Olia stared at me in shock. Her lips started trembling. A presque surged tears. My chest was seething with disgust and embarrassment. What's happening to me? I hurried to prevent Olia from crying. Alright, you win. Let's go watch cartoons for a bit. I don't wanna. I came up to her and put my hands on her soft head. Let's go watch Peter Pan. Oh, you'll fall asleep again! I smiled and lifted her chin. Her eyes were wet and felt bottomless. I promise, I won't. Later. You fell asleep! And I'll draw you a full Triceratops later. Hooray! Triceratops! Well, close enough. Olia rubbed her eyes with a sleeve of her pajamas, and shining smile returned to her face. I'll go ask Mom for the condensed milk and bread, and you rewind the tape. The bread is fresh, and how you like it. Just how you like it. Alright, just be careful not to spill the milk, or you'll be yelled at again. Wanna bet I won't spill it? I'll give you 20 pounds. The tape is somewhere in a nightstand. Look for it. Olia disappeared into the doorway, and I dragged my feet into the neighboring room. Honk. Olia's countless toys. An old teddy bear is the main attraction here. Olia doesn't sleep without it. And she digs her nose into its fur when she sleeps. Anything else? Oh look, it's what was it? No, not Alvin. Gosh dang it! It's those little Chipmunks Disney characters. I forgot what they're called. What is that thing meant to be? A piggyback. Money. Olia is saving money for real puppies because Dad said that taking care of him will take a lot of money. Okay, turn on. The old photon TV was gathering dust in the corner. Oh, it's been a long time. Let's keep going. This game is so good. All that was left was clicking the bottom of the front panel. Oh, I can see my tongue. Oh, it's creepy for a second. The tube warmed up and familiar white noise started dancing on the black screen. Oh no. I was almost reached out on the TV on VCR, but the noise calmed down and a blurry image appeared for a moment. It was It was dark. It was a dark Hague forest, just like the one outside my window. The picture split the screen in half. Something creepy resembling human speech was coming out of the speaker. Just a few moments later, the scenery was again overshadowed by a noise. Did it scratch some rogue signal? Local TV stations only really showed Soviet cartoons, and even that was pretty rare. And just recently I used to always watch Robert Tech before school. It was so awesome. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna. What if I catch this channel again? On the other hand, Olya had asked me to find the tape. It wouldn't be nice to disappoint her, but in my sleepy state, I didn't have the strength to do all of it. Set, search. Save? Oh, that's creepy. Hi. Okay, set or search. Set, search. I shifted through the shelves full of dolls and blue hippos from the Kinder Surprise. What doll? Talking about that creepy one there? I found the tape I needed thanks to the shabby spy. I got the black rectangle from its box. The tape unlocked. Neverland! The tape inside it rustled while rewinding to the beginning. This rustle was lulling me to sleep. Drowsiness attacked me while I was squatting before the TV. Images whirled in my head, me and Olya flying above the forest, tumbling in the snow. Sister's laughing, but her smile becomes more and more forced with every passing second. I noticed that the clouds underneath was part, bearing the bristly pine tops. Swampy darkness slurped among the trees. The wings are no longer able to hold us and Olya. You haven't started without me, have you? My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk. I rubbed my eyes. No, come sit. Mom and Dad are arguing again. They're going through rough times. Rough times are lame. Wait. Phew! I thought I made a mistake. Peeing on the screen, Wendy was hiding Peter Pan's shadow into the dresser. Olya was entertained by the cartoonish dog Nana. Maybe Mom and Dad will buy us a dog too. Yeah, right. Hey, it's Captain Hook and Tinkerbell. I'll have my own dog in the Neverland and cat and a parrot. Olya smeared a slice of bread with a thick layer of condensed milk and handed it to me. Have you lost all of your baby teeth? Obviously. Olya frowned, deep in thought. Peter Pan has baby teeth. What if they won't let you go to his land with adult teeth? Well, we'll think of something. Will I start to alter your age into the passport? And why would Dad forge documents? Olya took a bite from the sandwich and started talking with her mouth full. He'll grow ears as big as Dumbo's. Olya got worried and touched her ears. I smiled to myself. My little sister was silent now. She just devoured bread, watching the adventures of Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, and James Hook. As if she got sucked into the fairy tale Neverland. To be honest, I also imagine myself there in a land there one never ages. Where no one argues over little things, where no one listens to fights and the sound of broken plates at night. It felt like I was dreaming with my eyes still open. Then my sister's scream pulled me back to reality. curtains fast! Why? Why? No one's watching you. It's dark! When it's dark, the owl comes! Oh. I'm scared! Oh, I fell asleep. I got out of bed, fighting my drowsiness, and closed the curtains. Okay, just checking if there's anything else. That was already closed! I did my best not to look outside, towards the treetops, towards the taiga forest, which seemingly drew closer and closer. Of course, it was just a visual effect from the shadow of branches scraping the snow. Tony, Mom thinks I made up the owl. And Dad too thinks I'm a liar since I'm small. But the owl exists! Honestly it does! Do you believe me, right? That it comes every night and... I swiftly grabbed Olia's hand and looked her in the eye. I was trying to transfer at least some of my courage and determination. But did I really have those qualities? Oh, that's one of those uncomfortable beds. I'm sorry. Yes, I believe you all, right? Just don't nag our parents about it anymore. They're already dealing with a lot, so they'll just get mad at you. Come and tell me if anything happens. And don't look out the window. When it wants me to look! Doesn't matter. Act like it doesn't exist and never existed. Like it's made up, just like Mom and Dad say. It'll get tired of waiting and fly away. Like so. It was madness, but after everything that happened recently, I was more and more inclined to believe Olia's owl existed. We follow Peter Pan's adventure as if nothing has happened. As if the forest didn't kidnap kids. As if our parents weren't tearing each other apart bit by bit. Captain Hook was rowing away from a crocodile, and Captain Pan was headed to London on a gilded sailor. London, my home country's main area. By some miracle, I lasted longer than my little sister. Yola's eyelids had dropped. She started snoring lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. I stood up and left Olia's room. I was looking out the window, studying the field, when Mom peeked into my room. Enough playing around. It's your first day at school tomorrow. Go to bed and you should sleep properly. You don't want to be teased for being sleepy, right? Adults think everything is so simple. As if sound sleep would ensure my classmates would like me. I covered myself with a blanket up to my neck and listened to the house humming to something invisible rustling in the corners. My inner voice had a question for me. Do I want to hear that mysterious flute again? No thank you. Yes or no? Maybe it's just a part of growing up. I can't fully understand my own desires. The forest wailed behind the barrier that was my walls. Some ethereal entity wandered the fields. Branches shook as if calling for me. The wind howled on and on in the night. My thoughts were like annoying flies that entered my head before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell into slumber. Thank you for completing episode 1 of Tiny Bunny. Did you enjoy it? Do you want to know what happens next? We're already working hard on the continuation of the story. Hey! Whoa! I like that. Ah! I never saw that guy. That was Tiny Bunny. So there are different types of paths that I can take. So remember, I took the glove and I searched the drawers instead of looking at the TV. Whoa, so I might need to come back to this game and look for the other endings. But this was quite good. The art is very good. I loved how the story went. It was like so unexpected. Like I was like thinking that all the time that I was gonna be kidnapped and taken to a magical world or something. But nope, I'm just safe at home. maybe would have. But I don't know. And the way that jump scare got me so bad. It got me so good. Bad and good. Like, basically, the jump scare at me got my heart beating so fast, and I was not expecting it. And the way that wolf frightened me, that was very creepy. This was so good. If you guys want me to continue playing this game, then do comment it down below. Well, basically, I'm going to play it when an update comes for this game. But if you guys want me to try and see what happens on the other, and when I choose the other things, then comment down below. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching the video. If you like it, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the future. Bye!